Welcome to AlphaCars and Motorcycles. Today we're talking about paint protection film and ceramic coatings, and that's just what we're doing on this really quite special C5 Corvette. This is a 2003, and this car is pretty much immaculate. It has a lot of performance goodies on it as well. We will take a look in the engine bay when I pop the hood so we can talk about the paint protection film, but we can see really nice in there, and it is of course a manual transmission. So this is from Ceramic Pro's line. We are Ceramic Pro certified for their ceramic coatings and their line of paint protection films. And this film actually has ceramic infused in it. It's quite amazing. We've worked with a few different brands of paint protection film before, and this one, as soon as you put it on the car, the gloss is like no other. It is nuts. Look at the hood right here. And I will note, it was just installed, so there might be a few fingerprints here and there. There is some like dried, installation solution still. Like I said, this is still a work in progress, so if you see something that might look like an imperfection, it is not. It's just a little bit of maybe a fingerprint or some of that solution. And before I show you how nicely this film was installed on this Corvette, let me quickly go over the benefits of paint protection film and ceramic coatings. Of course, I could literally make an hour-long video just talking about all of the benefits and different properties of these materials, but let me just try to summarize in as quick as I can. So with the paint protection film, this is literally the best protection you can put on your vehicle. It's a physical layer of protection, so it's really going to guard against things like rock chips, even light little fender benders. What I mean by that is like a cosmetic scuff. A lot of times it will just scuff the film, and you can just peel off the film and have a new section applied. Same thing with the sun's UV rays, acid rain, things of that nature. It does an awesome job protecting against that. Of course, with this nice red paint, we want to protect the clear coat, make sure that doesn't fade over time from the sun's UV rays attacking it. And like I said, with the film, this has just ultimate protection. Even things, this is a sorry subject to talk about, but even things like vandalism. Some very nice cars have been very vandalized, but they had paint protection film and things against, scratching, a car being keyed, painted. The film, there's been many cases where cars have that, done to them, and you literally peel this film off and it's perfect underneath. You just have the film applied again. So it can really protect you in normal everyday cases of just driving on the highway, having stones kick up, all the way to an extreme case of, extreme damages that potentially it is possible to happen. And it makes it very easy to clean as well. This goes for both a ceramic coating and the film. It really makes it very easy to clean. The surface repels water and contaminants, things like dirt and salt and road tar. It just makes it very easy to clean those things. The car will always get dirty. Cars will always get dirty. If people are trying to sell you on film or on ceramic coating saying the car won't get dirty, that's truly just false. Cars will always get dirty. It will take longer for it to get dirty and accumulate those things on it. And then when you go to wash it, once you have a car in this state protected like this, that's what us detailers kind of refer to as, like a maintenance wash. It's just a quick wash because there's no reconditioning the car. Everything almost just comes off with, a little bit of water pressure because the surface is so hydrophobic and just repelling of everything. So the film, and this film has the ceramic infused in it. So this film is really top of the market right now with the technology behind it. It's also self-healing to an extent as well, which is quite amazing. So as we kind of look at the rest of the car, this is getting the ceramic coating. So no, physical film on it, but it's getting the ceramic coating, which has all the same properties as I just talked about. But you're not getting the physical layer of protection. So it will help with light scuffs and scratching, but it has a higher chance of getting through the ceramic coating. And like I said, think of the ceramic coating as having all the same benefits as the paint protection film. It just doesn't have that physical layer of protection, which is why usually the film would at least be applied on the front of the vehicle, because that's usually where kind of the damages happen, where things kick up from the road. The rear, you don't really have to worry about that as much. A lot of times, what we'd recommend is just applying film on maybe just a little bit of the side skirt here, because the wide front tires will kick up things, and you'll actually get rock chips in these areas on vehicles like this. Now talking about the installation a little bit, our technician did an awesome job. Of course, things like the badges here, you do have to cut very closely around them, as this film was custom cut for this car. And you really can't even tell where the lines are. It's amazing how close they were able to get it cut there. Same thing with, say, the mirrors, all the lines of how the film is cut, you really don't even know unless they're pointed out to you, and they're just done in such a clean way. Same things with these side vents here. The film goes deep into them, and then it stops, just before the panel ends, as it's supposed to, with something like this. And then we get to the hood, and just look at the hood. It is ridiculous, the amount of gloss. I actually have a lot of professional detailing experience. I've done it for many years. It's really a passion of mine, and this film is just insane, the amount of depth and gloss it provides. And now what I'm gonna do is lift the hood up very carefully, kind of from the center, as it is fiberglass. It's really hard to find any lines of where the film ends. There's no like bubbles or weird cuts or anything like that. It's all perfectly wrapped around and in this seam of the hood. That's why from the outside, looking at the hood as you normally would on the vehicle when it's shut, you don't even know there's film on it. I had to double check to make sure the technician actually had completed this when I was checking on this vehicle. And same thing, just looking around the inside of this hood edge. It's the film edge is actually on the inside of this kind of rolled edge of the hood. Really kind of impossible to see. And same thing, it wraps around the edges of the headlight covers here for the pop-up headlights. And then for the front bumper, of course, I have that's just the license plate covered for the privacy of the customer. But we have the film goes deep into these air vents here, and it stops somewhere around here, just before the panel ends. So same thing, it's not maybe stopped right here or something kind of lousy like that, and then you're gonna still get rock chips, even though the vehicle has film on it. If you're gonna have film applied to your vehicle, just make sure it's done in a proper manner and done thoroughly, because it is an investment, and it is worth the investment. Just want to make sure it's done properly. And just peeking at the engine bay, really a work of art. I love like the color matched fuel rails and things of that nature. It looks awesome. Looks like there's some boost going in it as well, with a supercharger there. So I'm sure this thing is a hoot to drive, and I can definitely see why the customer wants to give it. Literally, this is the best protection you can give your vehicle on the market. Ceramic Pro's line of film and coating is really quite amazing, and we've worked with it quite a bit. And now we've started disassembling the back of the Corvette, because plans have changed slightly. We're doing paint protection film on really the whole body of the car now. The customer was so impressed with this film on the front, with the, of course, protection it offers, as I talked about, and just how it looks, that they just wanted to really go all in and now have it applied on the doors, the quarter panels here, and this back panel, as well as this trunk panel, I believe on the hood as well. And then any remaining surfaces, like the glass and the wheels, I believe we're gonna do the ceramic on those. But I just wanted to show where the car's at now, and really to do a proper job, with the rear of the vehicle, with how the body is designed. We did remove everything, so we can see the taillights are carefully set in here. We have the kind of plate mount here with the reversing lights, some of the side markers. So just to get an idea of the labor involved, not only custom cutting the material for the vehicle, but also just the disassembly of the vehicle itself. That's why, when you get a quote, it really will depend on the exact vehicle you have when you're looking to get a ceramic coating or a paint protection film applied, because every vehicle is a bit different of what what needs to be disassembled, what doesn't need to be, just to kind of get an idea behind the scenes of what is going on with the installation. The Corvette is getting really close to being completed. It's another day here, and we can see the door cards have been removed. You can see the mirrors there have been removed. They're carefully just placed there. And check it out, the protection film has been applied to this door. So you can see where the mirror was. The cut goes very close to all of the mounting holes. So with how the mirror mounts there, you're not even gonna see film edge or anything. It's gonna be under the mirror. And same thing with removing the door cards. I mean, you do have to remove them to get to the mirror as well. But now having full access here, we can really wrap it around this edge, and it just looks awesome. Even the trim, we have it on the rocker panel here. Really everything is protected now, and the lines are amazing. You'd have to point them out to see them. And like I said before, it goes all the way to about here where my finger is. It really goes like all the way in on this painted portion. So even these interior portions, that'll save in there from rock chips as well. So really just an awesome job being done here. And one of the last things we need to do is finish up the rear. We can see the film here as kind of just incomplete. So we do need to finish off that rear panel there. But everything is just looking awesome. And we can see the car is dirty right now because of the solution we use to apply the film. You get the overspray, it gets places, and then it dries. But even with that haziness from the dried solution, the gloss is just crazy. So the next segment should really be as we're finishing up, or the car really is gonna be done, and we'll get to admire the completed product. We have completed the PPF installation on the Corvette here, and just check this thing out. Now the gloss is just insane and super deep throughout the whole vehicle, as we just admire the rear trunk lid there. And of course, as we saw, it was all disassembled, so the taillights, the side markers, everything was removed, so then the film runs under it. And if you remember, the technician was working on there was a line in where the film would stop and then the new piece would start, kind of over here, but you really don't even know where that is. It perfectly butts up against each other, and if you run your finger across it, it actually is perfectly smooth. So it's just an awesome job, especially with the kind of tricky curves of this rear panel of the Corvette and these circular cutouts. It can be very tricky to get the film to conform to that in a clean way. And just check this out. It is just so amazing. Even the lower portion there, in all of the indents here for the reversing lights and the license plate. We even decided on the back here, we removed the original badge, and then to keep things fresh, put a new one on over the film. So then there's no cut lines or anything, and the vehicle is fully protected underneath, so that looks awesome. And as we make our way to the doors, we can see the mirrors are back on. There's been film applied on the rocker panel, as I said there would be. And we can see it even goes in, especially on this back panel, really important back here, it goes into fully the inner edge. So really it'll prevent all the rock chips from happening, especially from these big and grippy rear tires. So just a really awesome job by our technician. This car came out amazing. And actually you can see the wipers have been removed. The last step on this car is just doing a ceramic coating on the glass and the wheels. So that'll make the glass and the wheels easy to clean, also a bit more shiny. The glass won't really get more shiny, but the wheels will it'll definitely help with the gloss there. But as far as the paint protection film, that's really all I have for you in this video. This Corvette just looks amazing. Here, let me put the camera up here, and you can really get a nice view at how that reflects the light. So if you're interested in having this sort of protection put on your vehicle, give us a call at 978-263-9000 or send us an email at service@alphacars.com. If you're interested in any of our inventory, then you can send us an email to sales@alphacars.com. But you don't even have to be local. We have many people ship their vehicles to us because they really appreciate our attention to detail, and we really have a passion for perfection here, as you can probably tell with the work that we've done on this Corvette. So this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough location. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe so then you don't miss out on the latest motoring content.